Sit back, buckle up, grab a cold one. It's time for part 2 of Cotton's 2025 college football bold predictions. Man, we got some doozies. Don't go anywhere. This is way off sides. 3, 2, let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. Not sure if that intro froze. If it did, I apologize. I don't know what's going on. StreamYard's being goofy today. That's okay. We're here nonetheless. Do me a favor before we even get started. In the comment section below, leave your bold predictions for the 2025 season. Who's going to win the Natty? Who's going to be the underdog? Who's your dark horse for the Heisman? Who's too hyped? Tell me all of it. I want to hear all of it because we're going to talk about some of it today, and we're going to jump right in right after you subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like on this video. Go ahead. I'll give you about 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, Mississippi. All right, let's get started. Thank you, guys. I absolutely love you guys. We can't start the show without a loud elephant roar, Bama fans, so let's let it happen. Absolutely. The tide is in the building. 2025 is on the way, but we're going to talk about everybody. So if you're not even an Alabama fan, stick around. We may talk some smack about your most hated rival today. So you're going to love this, okay? We'll get started hot and heavy right off the bat. My hot take number 1, technically this would be number 6 since we did another video. Go watch that one when you're done here. Is that Garrett Nussmeier, who is returning for the LSU Tigers and is there's so much hype built up around him and LSU this year. I don't buy it. I'm not buying it. I don't get it. They play in the SEC. Brian Kelly has not done well with the talent that he was gifted at LSU. I believe that Garrett Nussmeier will hurt his draft stock after having an embarrassing year for the LSU Tigers, who will not make the 2025 playoff. They won't. I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it. You get run out of your building at home by the worst Alabama team in 20 years. At one point, it was 42-6, and the press box is empty. And I don't buy it. I don't see it. Death Valley is no longer an intimidating place for people to go play at night like they keep pushing. At least not for Alabama fans. There's a lot of other fans who have gone into that place and beat LSU too. I think they've lost 15 times there in the last, I don't know. But either way, I'm not buying it. I don't buy it. I get it. LSU kind of works on a curve. Every couple of years, they're really good, and they win a national championship. If you stick to that trend, this would be the year that they should do that. But I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. They did bring in a ton of transfers, but I don't think that that's going to work out the way they intend for it to either. So right off the bat, hot and heavy, Garrett Nussmeier will hurt his draft stock after having an embarrassing year for the LSU Tigers. Now let's go up geographically. I guess it doesn't matter anymore because the conferences and their geographical assignments are no more. There are no borders. But we'll go up to the Big Ten and go out west and talk about the Oregon Ducks, who have been on a heater recruiting. They've pulled 2 of Alabama's top talented recruits out of the state the last 2 recruiting cycles. But what has that gotten them? Nothing. A big zero, a big goose egg in terms of championships. They sailed through the Big Ten last year because their schedule was a effing joke. And it's not much better this year. But much like I'm talking about LSU, and how I feel like their dependence on the transfer portal is going to hurt them in the long run. I do believe that Oregon will have some issues meshing and being a galvanized unit, and they will lose a couple of games this year to teams they shouldn't, to teams they should not lose to, i.e. Washington, i.e. Iowa, i.e. maybe even Indiana. Get them, Signetti. I do. Their schedule is absolutely atrocious. They start off with Montana State. They get Oklahoma State at home. Then they have to go to Northwestern. They get Oregon State at home. They have to go to Penn State, Indiana at home, Rutgers, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, USC, and Washington. Absolutely bonkers that Big Ten coaches are saying anything about SEC scheduling, but I guess you got to stay relevant somehow. But not only do I think they'll struggle with the schedule, they'll have some unexpected losses. I think that it will hurt their recruiting class right now. I think that there will be some changes, some flips from their recruiting class because of the product on the field. I get it. They're gonna beat teams because of how easy their schedule is, but it's also I'm telling you, it is very difficult to build any kind of long-term success using NIL as your primary recruiting tool. Could be absolutely wrong, but I just maybe I'm too old-fashioned for college football nowadays, but I just don't see it happening. Moving forward, old Dion came out a few weeks ago and filled us in on his health problems. Prayers up to him. Hope he's doing well. I think that Colorado makes the college football playoff this year. I said it. I'm saying it and putting it out there. I think Juju Lewis is the real deal. I think Auburn whiffed bad when they weren't able to lock him down. And I think that Colorado has enough pieces. I'm not saying they're going to win a national championship, but because of the confidence, I think they will make it. We're at Dion and Colorado. So, and I think that if that happens, I think that will help Dion surmountably in terms of recruiting and so probably not a bold prediction here, but I think despite the talent, despite the recruiting, despite being in LA or wherever they are over there, I don't go to California. Lincoln Riley, the old Oklahoma head coach who tucked tail and ran. Lincoln Riley lays another massive egg this year. He'll get a big win somewhere. Maybe it's that Oregon game. But outside of that, USC is going to lose some games that they should not lose, and fans are going to have had enough. Enough. We're going through these pretty quick today. USC schedule. Let's look at it. Let's pick the loss. So they open up against, I don't know if that's Missouri State, Montana State. I don't know who that is. They get Georgia Southern, Purdue, Michigan State. That's an L. Illinois, Michigan, L. Notre Dame, L. Nebraska, maybe an L. Northwestern, I think that they're going to beat Oregon, but I think they'll lose to either UCLA or Iowa. I think Nico could get the job done, and Iowa could defensively stifle them. So they have it. I think they lose 4 or 5 games this year. And Lincoln Riley will be on the hottest seat he's been on in a while, because despite his recruiting prowess and the money they're throwing at recruits, the product will not be there. And people are going to be sick of it. Last but not least, we go back to the SEC because, like I said in the other video, it just means more. It does. You ready for this one? This is a big one. Despite calling themselves the next dynasty after winning 2 back-to-back national championships and not really doing much else, the Georgia Bulldogs, the Bulldogs of Athens, the DUI Dogs, the drag racing dogs of Georgia, Kirby Smart's guys, have enjoyed the peak of their success. Georgia will not make the college football playoff in 2025. They will lose to Alabama. They will lose to Florida. And they will lose somewhere else along the line. But I don't think the Georgia Bulldogs are... They're a talented team. They're a talented bunch. They are. But we've seen a sharp decline already. I like Gunnar Stockton in the sense that he is reminiscent to me of Jake Coker, but I just don't know that they have all the pieces. I feel like they're going to be pretty young this year. They lost a lot last season. And I think that, yes, they're still recruiting well, but I think much like Alabama, until some limits and restraints are put on this NIL thing, and these schools from Texas and Oregon and USC can't just throw ungodly amounts of money at recruits, I think Georgia will struggle to keep their in-state talent home, as they have, especially this recruiting cycle. And I think the Dawgs days are over. I think we are on the tail end of it already. I also think that Kirby Smart's got 4 or 5 seasons left in him at best, because he's not going to stick around if they don't fix this NIL garbage. So as much as they want to be Alabama, I don't think they'll get an opportunity to be Alabama moving forward. Big statement, I know. And Dog fans, it's nothing personal. I'm just looking at the landscape. I have all the respect in the world for Georgia, honestly. Like, no cap, as the kids would say. I just worry about Georgia being able to keep their in-state talent at home. Kirby Smart's the best coach in college football, but at some point he is going to get very frustrated with this NIL system, and I'm worried that he's going to walk away, to be honest with you. And I can't blame him. I can't imagine being a head coach and having to deal with all of this. It's the same reason Nick Saban left, and Kirby's cut from that exact same cloth. It's his daddy, after all. So thanks for sticking around with me. You guys are the best. Leave a comment below. That's it, man. That's going to do it for our bold predictions take 2. As always, say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down, beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. Leave a subscribe, or go subscribe and leave a comment. Roll Tide.